Well, I'm here with Matt from Absolute Plumbing again, and we're actually he's fixing a broken water line about 3 feet in the ground. This is one heck of a dirty job. Let's see what happened, Matt. Was this the main line going to the house is PVC?
The main line going to the house is PVC.
And you got a little leader. What do you call it? A little pigtail or the leader?
Meter yoke.
The leader yoke?
The meter.
Oh, meter yoke.
The meter yoke is copper.
The meter yoke is, and it's coming off the meter.
And the only way to tie copper on to PVC is male to female threads or female to male threads. And over time, just the ground settling allowed that joint to crack and break, which leads us out here on a Saturday morning repairing a leak underground. This
is one of the unglamorous jobs of construction, and a lot of times I see guys get in a hurry and they don't really backfill their trenches very well, and I don't know, this happens. I can't see it, but this is cracked, and
it's the most common place for water line to be busted.
Well, kids, if you think you want to be a plumber, here's glamour. Here's your glamour. Yeah, go to school. I have 2 sons, and I would not put the construction curse on either one of them. Even though I love it. I'm sure you do too, but it takes different people to waller in the mud to fix people's water lines.
It's easy for me to sweat that joint right there because of that pipe is lower than the meter. The only way would be to loosen up this meter to be able to let air through the lines to go drain the water. But once you do that, you take a supply line like that regular goes on your faucet, or you can buy at Ace Hardware, any hardware store, and stick it in the line, and you siphon the water that's left in the pipe out. And that allows you to be able to get you a good solder joint, because the solder will not stick if water's running through it, or if water's pushing out of it when you heat it up and the water starts boiling.
Yeah, what I was telling Matt off camera was that it's hard. You know, the reason I always call a plumber now is because I don't have a very good luck at sweating joints, especially when the water's running through the pipe. You can't get the joint hot enough to make the solder work well, so he was explaining that trick. The plumber's trick. You're not supposed to be giving away plumber secrets.
They still would call anyways. They wouldn't know how to, they wouldn't ever.
Yeah. It's not like they want to get...
Everybody always says stick bread down the line. And in all the years that I've been plumbing, I've never stuck bread in the line.
No, I've always heard that one too, but...
I wouldn't recommend it.
I don't like white bread, so... I wonder if wheat bread works. There's where the culprit connected, and then he just has to make another short connection to repair it. Well, Matt, it's people like you that keep this country running, dude. I think, I was trying to think of the dirtiest job I've ever done, but I think, you know, as a carpenter, and I don't think carpenters can really get this dirty. I think the most dirty I have ever been was under a house when there was water leak, trying to repair, you know, framing. And there was that time when I was helping a friend of mine repair a sewer line, and we run in the crawl space, and the sewer was laying on top of the ground in the crawl space, and I didn't know the water was backed up, and I started cutting through it with my Sawzall, and the sewage started spraying out everywhere on me and everything else. It was crazy. But that's a once-in-a-lifetime deal for a carpenter. You guys deal with this every day.
This is called an expandable joint. When a lot of people, and I used to do it too, before somebody who was very smart invented this, is the only way when you have two pieces underground like this, the only way to put this together is to put 490s on it and put its joints up. But somebody came out with this and it slides in.
That's it.
And slides out. Slides in and slides out. So you slide it in, put it in your place, and then you slide it back out to where it goes. And this one was a little bit too long, so I've had to cut a section off of it to make it work in my ditch without tearing up these people's landscaping. And then we've got the meters right here, so I'm working with very little space.
Yeah, the predicament is you got that short piece of pipe and you can't slide the fittings on and off.
You cannot use two couplings.
You couldn't use two couplings to put that back together unless they were like, you know,
it would
6
be very
inches long.
Yeah, it would
They make those rehab couplings, but I think they're only good for like one side of it's like a one-sided repair or something. If that made any sense, I don't know. Let me think about that for a second. Well, I meant like if one side will move and the other side won't. I guess that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but right now we've got two sides.
You got two fixed.
Without possibly breaking this pipe, I cannot move either side of these pipes.
Let's get a picture of the expandable coupling. Well, I wouldn't have called it easy, but after watching you do it.
As long as you know what you're doing, and as many times as I've ever done it, it makes it 100 times easier.
Well, that's why we call them professionals, and we don't try to turn carpenters into plumbers.
Now the hardest thing.
We like to think we are. We like to think we're a jack of all trades, but more like jack legs of plumbing.
Cleaning my truck out after the past 2 days of work, and I'm
Well, Matt, we appreciate your help.
No problem.
Not many people want to do the dirty jobs.
That's no problem. I think after this, I'm gonna go jump in the pool for a minute.